Part 3, here we go. Let's talk about some advantages and disadvantages of asexual reproduction. So, the advantages. First off, this is good for organisms that don't have to travel very far, or more specifically, that can't travel very far. If you don't have to look for a partner in order to reproduce, then being able to just reproduce asexually becomes a great advantage for you. Next, you can get numerous offspring without costing the parent a great amount of energy. It doesn't take a lot for these organisms to reproduce this way. For example, simply cutting off a stem of a rose and replanting it doesn't cost it a great amount of energy, whereas organisms that flower, plants that flower and create seeds, that usually will end their life for, if not the end of their life, such with annual plants, but it will cost them the season, so they will then go back down, go dormant for the rest of the year. So it makes it much easier for them to reproduce asexually. Now, the last one here, it is quick. It can be extremely fast, especially with stuff like bacteria. Bacteria are able to reproduce extremely quickly using simply mitosis, binary fission, like we saw in video 2. They can reproduce to where you're having them double every couple hours so that it can happen way fast. Now, some disadvantages to it. A disadvantage is going to be it is going to lack genetic variation. Remember, these are all going to be clones of one another. So all their DNA is going to be exactly the same. If it's all exactly the same, that means that everything is going to have the same DNA, and because they're the same, they're going to have the same weaknesses. Let's underline that right there. Weaknesses is going to be a big issue. If they all have the same weaknesses, then we don't know if something changes in their environment, then it doesn't take much to go through and wipe out an entire population. Now, like I say, environmental changes, they're not going to be able to adapt quickly enough. So that's going to be your disadvantages of asexual reproduction. Next video, we're going to start into sexual reproduction and the process of that. Hopefully you can pick up some of this stuff, and then this is a short one.